I exposed my dad and stepmom's abuse in front of our entire family at a birthday party. So I've been no contact with my dad since I was 18, along with my two brothers, Jake and Ryan. Our mom died when I was 6, and when I was 8, Dad married this woman, Beth, who had 2 kids of her own. The second Beth moved in, everything changed. Her kids, Emma and Tyler, got their own bedrooms, while me and my brothers had to share one tiny room. That was just the beginning. Every Christmas, Emma and Tyler would get huge piles of presents, new gaming systems, laptops, designer clothes. Meanwhile, the 3 of us combined would get maybe $50 worth of random junk from the clearance section. When I was 14, our school netball team got invited on this amazing trip to Paris with 2 days at Disneyland. I was so excited until Dad and Beth sat us down and said they could only afford to send one of us. Of course, they picked Emma because she was older and more deserving. But here's the thing, Dad had a great job, and Beth had money from her divorce. They could totally afford both of us. They just didn't want to spend it on me. The worst part was the punishments. Beth would make us take cold showers while she stood there watching to make sure we didn't switch to warm water. This happened until I was 16. Dad knew about it and even encouraged it. Meanwhile, Emma and Tyler never got punished for anything. They could break stuff, be mean to us, whatever. But if we did the smallest thing wrong, Beth would call it cold shower time. When Emma and Tyler turned 17, Dad bought them cars and paid for driving lessons. When we turned 17, he said we needed to learn responsibility and get jobs if we wanted cars. Tyler got his own apartment paid for during college, while my brother Jake had to take out student loans and work part-time just to afford shared dorm housing. When Jake turned 21 and got his first real job, he offered to let me and Ryan move in with him. We were so desperate to escape that we didn't care his apartment only had 1 bedroom. We'd been sharing rooms our whole lives anyway. All 3 of us cut contact with Dad, Beth, and her kids that same day. We never looked back. Fast forward 5 years. Our grandparents invited us to our cousin's birthday party and promised Dad and Beth wouldn't be there. We decided to go since we missed seeing that side of the family. Guess who showed up? Dad and Beth, looking all awkward and uncomfortable. We immediately started heading for the door because we weren't dealing with this drama. That's when Beth made her big mistake. She started making loud comments about ungrateful children, ruining family gatherings, and being disrespectful. Dad just stood there saying nothing. I completely snapped. I turned around and told everyone exactly why we went no contact, how Beth and Dad abused and neglected us while spoiling her kids rotten, how they made us take cold showers as punishment while watching us, how they paid for Emma and Tyler's cars and college but made us work for everything. The entire party went dead silent. You could hear people's jaws hitting the floor. My grandparents looked horrified. My aunts and uncles were staring at Dad and Beth like they'd never seen them before. We walked out while they were all still processing what I'd just said. Later, my grandparents called saying they had no idea any of this happened and that they were just trying to reunite the family. But they also said I should have handled it privately instead of embarrassing everyone at a birthday party. I don't regret it for a second. They spent years protecting their reputation while we suffered in silence.